This is a tier list of every business model to start in 2025. As I rank them, I will go through each business model and tell you how it works, the pros, the cons, problems, requirements to start, any budget you may want to have saved before starting. And make sure to stick around till the end of the video because I will also give you a free gift to make sure that you start to make some money by the end of 2025. So I started my business journey at the age of 17, around that, and in the last years I tried basically all of them. Some made me money, some lost me money, but at the end of the day I'm proud to be an entrepreneur. This is what I want to do in my life. I was able to grow a lot as a person, meet a ton of people, and test myself and just get a grasp of what it's like to be a businessman. But what about you? Because I made my choices already, but if you're watching this video, I imagine that you are still in that gray zone where you're either picking your first business to start or you're picking a new one because the one you tried didn't work. And there isn't really one right business to start. Most business models are fine if you commit to them. A lot of people have this problem that they're too arrogant to learn. Like they try a new business and they seek for advice, but when they're given advice, they don't listen. They just want to do what they want. They want to go their own way and do what they want because they're too arrogant to listen and sit down and understand, I have a problem. I always message businesses and they never reply. But they're too arrogant to, in their mind, to look in the mirror and go like, I have a problem, I don't know how to send messages. Once you establish that you have a problem and you don't know how to do something, then you can go and seek for advice, you can try stuff out, put yourself out there, and eventually, trial and error, you're gonna learn. But if you're too arrogant to even acknowledge that you have a problem, I promise you, you will stay where you are your whole life. Okay, so here we are on the software. As I said, I'm going to go through a lot of business models. We have them listed here. And I will explain how they work, pros and cons, major problems that you may encounter when you want to start them, requirements that you might want to look into. I mean, any business you can start it without, from zero. And that's just the reality of the business world. There's always a balance between overthinking and boldness, and you want to have that and be in the middle. Like you don't want to be overthinking stuff and blocking yourself or sabotaging yourself, but you also don't want to be that crazy guy and you just go at random in life. And a little bit of analysis can help you, take the most out of situations sometimes. So let's begin with ads. Ads is the first business. Well, ads is a service, and actually a few of these businesses are services instead of businesses, or some are investments, but I treat them more like in a money-making methods, okay? You dedicate to something and you're gonna make money. So ads. I've done ads for myself when I was doing e-commerce, and I've done ads for clients as well. I've run an agency for a while, and I was running Facebook ads. There's a lot of forms of advertising, of course. So ads is the first phase of client acquisition. There's 3 phases in sales, 3 phases in acquiring a client. Phase 1 is the contact phase. Phase 2 is the marketing phase. And the 3rd phase is the closing phase, right? The last one, when you go and actually close the client and cash in the money. But in order to improve your chances of closing a client, you need to have a good marketing and a good offer and a lot of things that I explain. For example, in my course, I teach you all that you need to know about client acquisition from the contact phase, right? The ads, and through marketing, the best marketing strategies and how to close, like the psychology of sales, all you need to know, examples of messages that you can send to businesses and they always reply, how to make people reply to your emails, for example. Like I said, from cold people to warm leads and thirsty leads in your process, your marketing process, to money into your bank, which is the end goal. And the only moment where you know you actually have a business is when the client has paid you. Before, he's not a client and you don't have a business until they pay you. So ads is a wonderful business. I've done it for a long time. I know a lot about ads, how to make the creatives, niche research and market research. Once you find your keywords for your niche and for your clients, you basically write down a copy. I don't have copywriting here. I should have included that, but let's pretend that copywriting is included in ads for a second, because it's a big part of ads. Especially nowadays with the short format content, you want to put subtitles into your video. It's fundamental and non-negotiable. You need subtitles if you want to convert your clients. So yeah, pros and cons. Ads are very easily scalable. You have a very high margin on profit. It depends on your business. It also depends if you're an agency selling ads to people or if you're a business owner doing ads for you. But usually good ads make a fantastic revenue. You can make like 6 times your ad cost. Usually that's a bare minimum, right? 4, 5, 6 times. That's easily done with a good marketing and a good offer and good ads and good market research. Sometimes more. It's called ROAS, return on ad spent. And then as an agency owner, you also have the possibility to work in pretty much any kind of niche. You get to know all kinds of businesses, how they work. This is partially why I was able to do this tier list, because I've worked with many creators from many niches, and I was able to learn about, how they get their products shipped, their margins, their numbers, everything about their businesses. I was able to learn a lot through ads. So ads, I would say A. Let's not put anything on the S tier for now. Let's go for A. Ads are great. The best way to propel your business, to get customers. Customer lead generation through ads is the best. You can do outreaching and all that stuff, but ads are always going to beat you, because you see numbers. And if you have budget, it's just the go-to method to outreach to your customers. There's nothing like it. AI is very big right now. The whole world is about AI, and for a good reason. Like AI, I'm gonna instantly put it in the S tier. There's no doubt about it. AI is great. AI is making possible stuff that entrepreneurs would laugh at you 10 years ago if you told them. AI is a lot more around than you think. Even before ChatGPT came out and the whole business thing, AI was vastly used in chess, for example. AI bots in chess. I don't remember if it was Bobby Fischer or Gary Kasparov that lost to a bot, to like Stockfish, I believe it was. That was the first time a bot beaten a human playing chess. Not only a human, but the best player in the world got beaten by a computer. And ever since, computers got better and better and better, and no human will ever beat them again. Not even the best players, Nakamura, Carlsen, they have no chance against Stockfish. So AI is much more present than you think in society, and even more now with all the generative AI for images, and like AI can do anything. AI writes you copywriting, generates images, and all the people that try to say AI is whack, yeah, in some areas AI has to improve still, but literally today I can start a business and outsource like 7 out of 10 tasks that I need to do. I can outsource it to AI. Airbnb. We go into the real estate business. I love real estate. This is just me. Some people will tell you real estate sucks. I don't think so. I am absolutely in love with real estate, with bricks and houses. I am in love with that, man. I am a nerd about real estate. So Airbnb is like the gold of the gold, like the diamond in the gold mine of real estate. Airbnb, okay, I can't put everything into the S tier. Let's put A for now, resembles. Airbnb is just a fantastic business, man. If you have budget, the only reason I'm not gonna put it into S tier is because you need budget to start. You need to have an apartment, or you need to acquire an apartment from somebody else, so you need budget. There's a lot of solutions for that, but let's say you need at least 10K to start. But if you have that money, Airbnb is the best business out there. It's called short form renting. So you make a contract with the owner, and they allow you to have guests into your apartment, which you are renting, and it's perfectly legal. And you just have to notify like the city or the region maybe you're in. It depends what country you're in, of course. So it depends from city to city, from place to place, from country to country. In my country, in Italy, it's super easy to do Airbnb and we have a lot of tourism. So maybe that's why I'm so in love with Airbnb, but it's just millions and millions of people pouring into my country every year. You guys are all over the place. And you go into Airbnbs and people that have Airbnbs are making a ton of money with guests. This is B2B. B2B, B2B, let's go for B tier, like right away. And I'm kind of, sometimes I explain the business first and then I rank it. Sometimes I do the opposite. B2B, I have B2C, for example, here, and I'm going to for A here. And the reason B2C is behind, like below B2C, so B2B is business to business, B2C is business to customer. You're selling whatever it is, a product or a service. B2B is selling between businesses, which could be like an agency, like I said before. I am a business owner, an agency owner, I make ads, and I sell to another business. This is a clothing brand or an e-commerce store, and they need advertising to sell their product, and they pay me to do that, okay? So between businesses. B2C is between a customer. Like for example, I have a course, the one that I talked about before. I am a business owner here, the company, and I made a course, a sales course, and I wanted to sell it to you, that you need to learn how to sell, and I sell you my course. So business to customer. And you buy the course and I make the money and you learn the stuff. You go on happy with your life and I just make my money. B2B is between businesses. I sell a service to another business and they pay me. B2B is difficult. B2B is harder than B2C because business owners are more stubborn to sell, and you need a different marketing process. If I'm selling to customers, I will just put up a website, make a landing page, and run ads. Like I said before, it all comes back to itself. Business is a circle. I run ads or I contact them somehow, I outreach on Instagram or whatever, and I sell my product, and I'm gonna close somebody if I know how to sell, if I know how to talk to people. Psychologist sales. B2B is more difficult because oftentimes you have to call like business phone numbers, or you have to source the email of the company. There's a lot of like barriers for you to sell them. The gatekeeper, for example, I talked about on how to deal with the gatekeeper because it's a main issue with cold calling. Gatekeepers are nasty. They're taught to block everyone. The entrepreneurs are teaching them how to do that. To block everyone, to block sales. So it's just more difficult to sell. You make great money. Actually, I might put it here on the same rank because you can make a lot of money with B2B. Because you see, B2C is easier to sell, but you have to sell low ticket most of the times. You can sell high ticket still, like courses or like cars. I don't know, it could be anything. I may be a car dealership. It's still B2C. I am a car dealer. I sell cars to people. B2C, you're selling low ticket or mid ticket. You're not making a lot of money per customer. Lifetime value of customers is really low. So in a sense, there's pros and cons, right? Like I said, B2C is easier, but in B2B you make a lot more money because you just charge for more. You charge for several thousands of dollars for your service. Let's say I make websites. I can charge 1K, 3K for a website, or I make ads, I can charge like 3K a month, 5K a month, 10K a month. It depends. And you just make a lot more money. If you know how to sell, I would go for B2B. So let's say you're a sales guy for a company and they sell like makeup products. Okay, the most common example. This is low ticket products, maybe cost $30, $50, and you make maybe 10%, 5% on the product. So if it's 30, you're making what, like $1.50, $1, $2, $3 per sale. But if you go in B2B and you're selling packages of ads for 15K, each sale you make, it's like a couple of grand. So as a sales guy, as a salesperson or sales girl, I don't know who you are. Crowdfunding. So crowdfunding is actually an investment more than a business model. The great thing about crowdfunding is that everyone can do that. Literally, you watching this video, you have like $500 in savings. You can go on one of those platforms for crowdfunding and you can put your $500, you put it there and you buy like a percentage of a house. Or you contribute in building a house or in a car or in buying luxury goods like watches or art, paintings. There's a big market for crowdfunding and you can participate into that with little money. You don't need budget. So crowdfunding is really good. But the problem is that it doesn't make a lot of money. You know, as a person, unless you have a lot of money, it's just like trading. Just like trading, if you don't have a lot of money to invest, the returns are just non-existent. So crowdfunding is great. And if you have an idea, getting crowdfunded is fantastic. But from your perspective, the investor, this is just terrible. You're gonna make like what, $1 a month? It's just non-sustainable. Dropshipping. We're in e-commerce industry. Dropshipping means that you don't own the products you're selling and you're probably getting them shipped directly to your customer. You may be in contact with an agent. They have a storage and they store the products for you. Once you make a sale, they will ship the products directly to the customer, or maybe you're buying from a platform and you just... Oftentimes when you buy a product on Amazon, you're not actually buying from the guy you think you're buying from, but that guy is probably like on Temu or like AliExpress or any other platform, and they're basically selling you a Chinese product for a markup. Lots of shady stuff about dropshipping. I'm not covering dropshipping right now. I'm not going too much of a detail because we're already going to talk about e-commerce here with Shopify, but dropshipping is just a whack way to do e-commerce. Like, your margins are very low because you're just selling for a markup. And from the customer perspective, there's a lot of stuff going on, like buying a product on, like I said, on Amazon, and you think it's from Amazon, but it's like from Alibaba, and it gets to your house after a month, and you basically made free money to somebody because that guy was buying from Alibaba and he's just scammed you in a way. You could have gone on Alibaba and found the same product the guy is selling for like a third of the price. So from a customer perspective, it's not very great. But also from the business perspective, it's still terrible because the margins are very, very low. Moreover, if you're running ads, more costs. So you're probably going to make like $1 or $2 per sale. Dropshipping is just terrible. It's just terrible. Software as a service, SaaS. So if you are a developer, you can write a code, a program, and sell it to businesses or sell it to people, right? SaaS is mostly done in B2B. Developers are writing programs that help companies with automation or like with data analysis, algorithms, understanding the customers, and all kinds of things. So being a developer is a very good position to be right now in the world. Every time I have a project that I want to start, I have to ask for a developer. Literally for anything. I want to build up a website, you need to know HTML and you need to know CSS. I can code. HTML and CSS are not even real languages, but I know HTML and I know CSS. I can build a website if I want to, but still the majority of times the project is too complex for me. I'm not a developer. And I know a little bit of JavaScript, just a little bit, not enough to code. So every time I have a project, I want to develop an app, I want to put up a website for my business, I want to do literally anything, I have to ask and go to hire a developer. Okay, so software as a service is a great business. You can learn JavaScript. There's a ton of languages, Python, literally anything you want. and you can make video games, you can make apps, you learn C Sharp, anything you want, man. Coding is just universal in business. Everything is digital nowadays. Every business has some digital part, unless like they're very, I don't know what they're doing. Learn how to code and you're gonna make a lot of money. This is another kind of service that you can sell, just like ads. This is flipping. I love flipping. I do flipping with watches. Okay, I buy watches all the time and I resell them. Flipping is S tier, man. Listen, flipping means that if you can spot deals, like let's say I'm very passionate about watches. This is why I flip watches, all right? And it's great because I am buying stuff that I love, and I'm also, sometimes I separate from a watch, after a while I say, okay, well, I can sell this and I'm making profit for it. So I basically bought it for free, not only for free, but I made money, okay, with buying stuff that I like. So flipping is just amazing. And you can flip anything depending on your budget. You can flip clothes. This is the icon showing here, the recycling clothes. You can do it with watches, and there's tiers. There's like price ranges. You can buy low-end watches or high-end watches, Rolexes if you have budget. You can do it with cars, houses, laptops, anything you want, you can flip it. It's just a great business model. You go on Facebook Marketplace, furniture. Facebook Marketplace is great for furnitures, right? You have an old furniture and you just flip it and somebody else will buy it. You have an old sofa and you can sell it for like $200. You get rid of the sofa and you make money for it. And some guy will come to your house to pick it up. I love flipping, man. Selling services. So, well, this is just, the general thing of like ads or SaaS. Like services is just pretty much everything in the business world, we can say. And everyone is selling a service. Any company you can think of, they're selling products and also services, so it's just universal. Services are great. If you can spot a problem in your market, provide a service for it, market it correctly, you're just gonna make a lot of money. I'm not gonna rank this because it's just general. It's just a general thing. You could be a plumber, or you could be a YouTuber providing entertainment. E-commerce. I think e-commerce is okay. E-commerce is okay, and a lot of people are saying to me that e-commerce is saturated. I literally don't know what the fuck you're talking about when you say that e-commerce is saturated. E-commerce is literally selling stuff online. How can selling stuff online be saturated? Maybe you think your product is saturated, but another guy would be selling another thing, and they're not saturated. So what do you mean it's saturated? It's not saturated. It's great. It's just selling stuff online. There's commerce. Commerce means selling products. E-commerce is online commerce. And here we come, real estate. I talked about real estate before, how much I love it. I'm gonna put it below Airbnb. Airbnb is a part of real estate just for a reason. You need a lot more money to invest in real estate, because Airbnb allows you to, through certain business models like acquisition and those contracts, you can make money for a fraction of the budget that you need to do for real estate. Like if you need to buy a house or apartment, it's like 300 grand for an apartment in a city. Airbnb, you can start with as little as 10 to 15K. It's just a fraction of the price. And also short term, short format short renting, it's just superior to selling a house, or like renting an apartment long term. It's just superior. The margins are higher. The business is easier because people stay for a few days. You just have to wash the blankets and give them like the coffee tablets. I mean, it's just easy. Airbnb business is just the superior stuff in real estate. Social media managing. I know it's hard to say because it's black. I should have picked like white icons. Social media I talked about competition before. Social media managing is probably the only business where competition is a problem and saturation is a problem. Like it's the only business I can think of that is actually saturated, because there's like everyone doing it, and there's so many people being in SMM without knowing absolutely anything of what they're doing, that the whole industry is going down. It's like trading. Nowadays, there's a bad idea of social media managing, and there's a bad idea of trading these industries, because there's just so many people inside scamming people, or not scamming in the case of SMM, because you can't really scam people in SMM. But if you get paid to provide a service and your service is shit, and this is like 9 out of 10 people that contact you to do SMM, it should be higher. And people really used to make money with SMM, but nowadays it's just not impossible, but it's just a pain. I don't want to go through that pain, man. I'm sorry if you love SMM, but this is what I think about it. Startup. Well, startup could be literally here in S or D. It depends on the quality of your idea. I'm gonna go for either B or C. Let's go for C. Now, the success of your startup depends on so many things, like the quality. It's basically the quality of your idea, okay? That's the bottom line. If you have a great idea, probably S tier, like Facebook or Airbnb, most of these companies began as startups, and they are just great ideas. Shopify, YouTube, Google, anything, ChatGPT, any company you can think of, there's Coca-Cola, right? You can start a business like that today if you have a great idea, and it's not just gonna be S tier, you're gonna make billions, okay? If you can market your idea, right? So you can have the greatest idea in the world, but your success is dependent on so many factors. Because here is the real entrepreneurship, right? You need to know marketing, you need to know sales, you need to find budget, capital, right, to run ads, or you can do that in organic, but I've talked about it before. Ads are just superior for client acquisition. So you need money to run ads, and you need money for an office. You can borrow the money through crowdfunding, or you can go to investors. You need to be able to pitch those investors. You can have the greatest idea in the world, but so many things go wrong with startups. I'm not trying to scare you off from starting your own company. I've done it multiple times, and the majority of times it didn't work. I'm gonna be honest. I'm in love with the idea of owning your business, right? Being the boss, but it's very, very stressful. You have to oversee everything. Like the big brother, your eye needs to see everything. And it can be very tough. So I'm gonna go for C tier because it's it's probably, out of all of these businesses, startups is probably, it's the most difficult one ever. A business is just like a child to take care of, and it's very, very hard. Go and listen to what Elon Musk have said for years about running a company and starting a company. The amount of hours you have to work, very, very difficult stuff. Trading. Same thing with SMM. Trading has a bad image because of the scams going on and all the stuff. But trading in itself, I think it's one of the best businesses. This is my opinions. I tried trading, and I tried most of these businesses. I lost money with trading, and I'm not trying to promote it in this video. I'm just telling what I did. So I lost money for a while in trading. Eventually I got better. I got funded. One of the great things about trading is that you can get funded. It's called prop trading. There's these companies that give you capital to invest. You need like an hour of your day to do analysis, and you make 1-2 trades a month if you have capital. But the thing is, you can get capital. You just go to prop firms, you do challenges, study trading, go to prop firms, get capital, and you have your money, right? You don't have 100 grand, but you can get 100 grand. It's not like here, it's not like real estate or ads or any other business where you need money, you need to get a loan, and it's very problematic and all the problems that come with it. In trading, you can get capital for investment. It's very easy. Probably the only passive thing in the world, as long as you do your analysis and you know what you're doing. You buy stuff. I have stocks right now that are making me money. Trading is just great for me. That's what I think. You may not believe me, to each their own. I love trading if you ask me. Subscription model business. A tier. So subscription models is any kind of business where you get paid monthly for your service. It's just much better than, let's make the example of real estate again. So if I have a house and I sell a house, I make what, like 30 grand profit, 50 grand. But there's Airbnb business where I have my house and I can put it to profit and I can make it an asset and I make money monthly. Now, having recurring payments every month is much better than a single sale. Next business, here we come to YouTube. I love YouTube. I've been using the platform ever since I was literally a child. I was already uploading gameplays when I was in middle school, literally a child. And I think YouTube is a great business model because you can market yourself very easily. You just put out videos of yourself and you talk about your business, you talk about your offer. It's very hard to make content on YouTube right now because the competition is very high. It's not like social media managing or other businesses where I said the competition is not a problem because everybody sucks. On YouTube, there's entire teams behind creators only to create for every single video, to create every single video on their channel. Right? Editing and scripting and recording footage. You need to have some budget if you want. Like, it depends on your niche. No, I don't want to say that you need budget to start on YouTube because it's not true. You could have your niche where it doesn't really matter. For example, chess videos. I don't really care about editing for chess videos, right? There's not even editing involved. You just record your screen and you play chess and you talk about it. And if you're good at chess, people are going to watch you. However, most type of content, there's a lot of work behind. So it's very difficult to stand out on YouTube. It's very difficult to be, let's go for B tier. It's a great business, but very hard to do. Not as hard as a startup, but still very hard. And here we have a little mystery box, which I'm gonna instantly put in S tier. And if you want to know what this mystery box is, at the start of the video, I promised you a gift. So I think it's time to wrap up this tier list, and I will see you in a second to actually give you the gift. I promised that I would give you a gift, and here I am. So if you're confused on what business to start, or maybe you have a few ideas, you're undecided, right? I have the solution for you. Easily, the most popular business out there right now is content creation. Everyone is on social media. Everyone has got an Instagram account, and they're all trying. I personally see this every day. I was seeing this when I was contacting people for my agency. Every time I outreach to somebody for a project, I see that Instagram and every other platform is full of these accounts. People that are trying to sell literally anything, services, products, I don't know, crypto, anything, man. Being the most popular business, of course, there's a lot, and I mean a lot of competition. You hear people saying this business is saturated, is oversaturated, there's too much competition. In business, competition is not a problem. Every time you set a goal for yourself, life will put stuff in the middle to test you. Having a lot of competition in a business niche or sector or industry, it's not a problem. Exceed competition. Having a lot of competition means you have a ton of people to take inspiration from. The business is very popular. It's selling a lot. You want to seek out competition. If you don't have competition, you don't have a market, my friend. Nobody is in this market, which means there is no market for you. So you can't sell. If you surpass your competition, you have a beautiful, big, juicy market to milk money from. You want to seek out competition, and right now, content creation is the biggest, most competitive business there is out there. But the point is, the competition is weak. The majority of these accounts and brands on Instagram have 5 followers. They don't know marketing, they don't know anything about sales. They have like 3 posts on Instagram, 5 followers, and they think they have a business, but they don't. Now, if you're falling in this category that I just described, you don't have to worry, because it means you have a lot to improve, and it's gonna be very easy to improve. And all of the things that I just listed are taught by professionals in my community you can join for free today. This is my gift for you. A community where you can join, learn from big pages how to do content. Big creators will teach you how to make content for free. Professionals will teach you how to outreach to businesses, how to sell to businesses, marketing, web design, content creation. All of these businesses are taught inside of my community by the best people to teach you. All you have to do is go into the description and select your free plan to join the community. Come inside, choose a business to start, get and seek advice and help from the best people in that niche, master your business and start to make a lot of money. I'm waiting for you inside of my community, and I'm ready to help you start your business journey in 2025, and let's go make some money by the end of the year.